on the next episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Well, today's episode is a takeover of Suarez Family Brewery in Hudson, New York. I got a few of their beers for good old boy Dave recently. And since the only thing better than drinking beer is sharing it with your friends, we decided to have the good old boys over to try some of this.
Because we don't have friends, so we had to.
The Suarez Family Brewery beers we'll be trying today are 4 Kicks, an American Pale Ale, the Nimble Pills, Stand to Reason, a smoked lager, also another lager, a dark lager called Bones Shirt. There's the Miss Frank kellerbier, and if time permits, we might have a bonus beer on tap.
We'll be right back after this break. Brought to you almost live from the Dude in the Basement Studios. Why? Because that's where the good stuff is. It's Sips, Suds, and Smokes with your smoking host, the good old boys. Suds, Suds, Suds. It's time for more Suds.
Hello there. Come on in. I got the fire going. I got some beer on the table. And here we are, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow, that was weird.
What? I was trying to get like all,
She's trying to set the mood.
What kind of
Seasonally
mood was
appropriate.
I was trying to, yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
Get in the spirit, Dave.
Whatever, man.
I was trying.
Okay, Grinch.
Well, folks, this is another Sud segment where really good beer meets really bad radio, apparently from a couple of seconds ago. I'm one of your hosts, good old Gal Juliana, and joining me today at the table is good old Boy Kendall.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I love your Festus sweatshirt.
It's my favorite holiday sweatshirt.
It's pretty rad, pretty rad.
Kindle is holiday appropriate
He is.
and seasonal.
And also very holiday appropriate is good old Boy Sparky.
Shalom, fools.
That's right.
Yes, and that's a very snazzy. What kind of blue is that? Is there a special name for that blue?
Traditional Hanukkah blue.
Hanukkah blue.
Colorblind.
I think it's
So
Hanukkah
you probably
blue.
shouldn't
Yeah.
ask me about colors.
Okay.
right.
well,
I just have a quick question. Does Kendall's sweatshirt smell like celebration? Because I feel like that if they
scratch and sniff.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, if the hop cones were scratch and sniff, that'd be wonderful.
that would be
That would be cool.
everything.
That would probably get someone arrested at some point, though.
I would think, yeah.
Depending on what year.
Yeah. I mean, if it was a lady walking around with scratchable cones.
Well, there was this.
Where's the rim shot? Where's the rim shot?
I'll do that. That was probably.
Bump.
Wow. Wow.
Those are some fresh cones.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Sean, good old boy Sean. Hello.
The atheist says, "Happy holidays."
Nice. He's not outwardly festive, but he's inwardly.
Yes, very inwardly festive. Yes, yes. And good old boy Dave. Hi.
Gag me with a spoon.
Totally.
That's all I got.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, today's episode is a takeover of Suarez Family Brewery in Hudson, New York. Yee. I'm so excited. I got a few of their beers for good old boy Dave recently. Yes,
Yay, me.
I know. Sometimes I'm nice. And since the only thing better than drinking beer is sharing it with your friends, we decided to have the good old boys over to try some of this.
Because
with
we
you.
don't have friends, so we had to.
You got us.
Well,
You know.
it's working.
There
We
are,
see, we see how it works.
yeah, there
It's
are
working.
version of friends.
Yeah.
Co-hosts are close enough.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good old boy Dave, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Suarez Family
Sure.
Brewery?
They don't say much about themselves on their website other than that they're a mom and pop production brewery. But I did find some info in a March 26, 2020 article from microbrewery.com. The brewery is in what was a garage space for a tractor dealership. A lot of breweries seem to go into garage spaces. That's weird. They specialize in mixed fermentation ales, unfiltered lagers, and a lot of their beers are below 6% ABV. The tasting room seems like a really nice place to chill out and sample current and vintage beers. So I think we should definitely try to visit them the next time we're up in the Hudson Valley area.
Yes. And just a little side note here. It took 3 times for me to finally get some of their beer.
Yeah.
Because of where they are and the hours that they keep. So this is like a big, huge win for me to have them in front of me. And from the outside, the place is really great. Because I know the outside really well.
Have you ever driven up like a tractor to try to fool them? Like,
You guys
off
got
hours?
a carburetor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, no. Okay. Good old boy Kendall, why don't you tell us the lineup for today?
All right. The Suarez Family Brewery beers we'll be trying today are 4 Kicks, an American Pale Ale, the Nimble Pills, Stand to Reason, a smoked lager, also another lager, a dark lager called Bones Shirt. There's the Miss Frank kellerbier, and if time permits, we might have a bonus beer on tap.
Thank you.
Hey, good old boy Sparky, would you give us today's SUDS ratings?
You got it, Dave. We'll be discussing and rating these beers with these SUDS ratings, plus our signature belching sounds. Here are those ratings now. 1, that sucks. Give me anything but a bud. 2, was that a belch? 3, what a relief. 4, a body should really not make that sound. And 5, listen to that hang time. Give me another.
Masterfully done. Masterfully done.
All right.
Oh, Godzilla burp.
Well, let's get into the first one. The first one that we're going to talk about is the 4 Kicks, the American Pale Ale. And 5.1% ABV. It's their West Coast inspired pale, brewed with Heidelburg malt, extra pale Pils malt, copious amounts of crystal hops in the kettle, and dry hopped with Chinook.
Oh, good grief, this is delicious. Sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
On the nose, and on everything else.
On
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
As an interesting choice of using the Heidelberg malt, I approve. It's one I like to brew with a lot. So, yeah, good
What do
German
you-
malt.
What do you like about it?
Just what it brings to the beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. Not your run of the mill Pilsner malt. It's not your run of the mill German pale malt. It's just a good, solid malt for brewing some beers.
I like that this is not filtered because it's not like hazy, but it's
Right.
You can tell they didn't try to run it through a bright tank to strip all the flavor out of it.
Yeah. The simplicity of this beer is amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And Sparky hit right on it. That aroma is gorgeous. It's West Coast
All the way.
Yeah, you got grapefruit and a little piney resin in there, and then you take a drink of it. It is so crisp and light bodied. The carbonation just pops, and it vaguely takes me back to that classic pale ale.
Yes.
The Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, I mean, kudos for them to not going Cascade with this and
Yeah.
doing the dry hop with the Chinook. That is really, really tasty. Yeah.
But it's still a very classic in
Yes.
the mold of the classic pale
Yes,
ale.
absolutely.
It's simple but so well executed.
Yep.
I just when I smelled it, I just started grinning because it just made me really happy. It's like, oh man, you don't.
It's just so satisfying.
Oh my god, it's the best thing ever.
Well, the other thing too, the bittering on this is really, really nice. None of that classic oniony, garlicky bitter bombs of yore. This is really, really a tasty beer.
And I love that people are starting to use Chinook again. I feel like we went years without hearing about anybody using Chinook, and now you're seeing it more and more show up as a dry hop.
It is a great dry hop. Yeah, and it's one of those. I learned that secret from the Mitten Brewery a few years back. That if you want really good piney notes, Chinook provides a really wonderful dry hop. A lot of people see the alpha acids and they think, oh, bittering. No, save it for the dry hop.
Yeah, sure.
I think the body of this through the mid palate too is just really fulfilling. Like and it ends very well too. Like you can tell that even without the dry hopping, this is just a really solid, well built.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's nothing bad about this beer at all.
The suck factor is low.
Yeah, really,
Non-existent.
yeah,
It doesn't
really
doesn't
low.
come in huge barrels. We don't have a huge drum of it. So that'd be the
That
only
is
bad
my
part.
big regret. Although I would like to shotgun a big barrel of it. I would be there for that.
I'd take a vat.
Fair. Party ball.
So good.
But if this is this is what. How do I want to say this? This is like what I want to look for from a brewery is like I'm kind of done with extraneous kind of things going on right now. Like one we had a little earlier.
Oh man.
But this is it's classic and it's putting you in that like full West Coast, but not really. It's showing a bit of restraint, which is really nice. And to me, this is what the pale ale should be.
There's no
all the
static,
time.
right? Like it's just like a straight line, really well executed. A lot of things that are just complex because they're throwing everything in the cupboard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right. And again, the simplicity is, like if every brewery can make something like this, what a beautiful world this would
If all
be.
breweries could make beers that taste like beer,
Make beer again.
yeah, wouldn't that be interesting?
Wow.
Yeah. There's no doubt on this one.
As if there was a shock, we are going to rate the 4 Kicks from Suarez Family a 5.
So did you set us up and it's just going to be all downhill after this? Like we're
Crap.
supposed to save this for okay, cool.
This is going to be like the Aldi show again, man.
Yeah.
One good beer and
The rest were nightmare fuel.
Yeah. It's going to be just
All
total
cardboard.
crap.
I'm hoping for like the Edmonds Oath show where
Yeah.
everything was exceptional.
You get a 5. You get a 5.
Let's see if we can keep the streak going.
Right.
Oh boy.
All right.
pressure.
Well, the next one that we're going to talk about is Nimble Pils. It's a German Pilsner, 5.1% ABV.
I haven't even
Yeah.
tasted it yet, and I'm in love.
Yeah, I've got like a nice cereal note in the nose.
Oh yeah, really that light grainy, almost.
Well, you don't have to
crackery.
drink it. I'll take it if you need. Just smell it and I'll
just keep
take
smelling
care
it.
of that. Yeah.
Kendall's going to inhale it.
Yeah, this is
want-
really refreshing.
Holy cow.
There's not a lot of talking going on right now. Everyone's like,
That's a pills.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
totally pills.
somebody's been to Germany.
Yep.
Or Germania.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's something so easy about this.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back in just a minute to discuss more. Welcome back, everyone.
That is the sound I
And the
want to hear.
sound of good beer. Yeah. Okay. So, for those of you just tuning in, we are doing a brewery takeover of Suarez Family Brewery in Hudson, New York. A good hub of great breweries, if I do say so myself.
At least 2.
And what we're talking about is Nimble Pils, which is their German Pilsner. And beautiful in its simplicity again.
Do we think they've succeeded in making a German Pilsner?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Yes. Executed.
No
a German
question.
Pilsner.
No
Check
question.
it off. Yeah.
I think one time I got a chance to eat a really amazing restaurant once, and people got really quiet while they started to eat, and then somebody laughed. And I remember somebody I was dining with said, like, that's the greatest sign. It's food so good it makes you laugh. Like, and that's how I felt when I drank this pills. It was just like, good Lord, that's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Instant happiness.
You want to shut up for a few minutes and just be in it, and enjoy the moment. And then, kind of.
Ooh.
It's got that beautiful, delicate, light malt body. I get like crackery, bready, but then it comes in with that gorgeous floral, a little bit spicy bitterness. And that's the thing I love about Pilsners is that bitterness that's there that just kind of cleans the palate off.
Nice dry and
it just
get you
dries
ready
it
for the
out.
next
And
sip.
and you just want to keep drinking. It's so beautiful. Delicate, but complex.
Yeah, it's perfect bittering. It just everything about it is. I can't say enough good things. It's
makes you laugh.
it makes me laugh a lot.
Oh, I mean, it puts a smile on your face. And what's nice about this for people that think that they need to have like a hot bomb, New England IPA, and that's the only way to go. No. You're doing it all wrong, folks. When a good Pilsner has been executed well, I mean, it has hoppiness at the end. And what's nice about a good Pilsner is you start off bready, and you're kind of meaty, and then you hit the spice, and then it shuts off. And it's just done. And you're just left with a big smile on your face. Or at least I think. I'm happy.
I'm very happy.
Happy.
I am
happy,
too.
So happy.
Happy.
Happy,
So
happy,
Happy? Oh, geez. God. Okay, I guess we got to rate this one a 5.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
We may have to start adding a 6 or a 7, like to the scale.
If we...
Wow, there you go.
That was beautiful.
That was Julie. We really should capture that and use that as.
Oh.
That might be. I can probably.
the new-
I'll go pull that down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah,
There was a lot of gusto. in
Yeah.
there,
No, that's
I think
the joy that I have from drinking that Pilsner.
The downer is we did lose the damage deposit on that mic.
Right.
But it was worth it. It was so worth it.
Totally worth it.
Hey, we can
Just
get more
makes
mics.
me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike can get more mics.
Mike's got plenty of mics.
Oh.
Hey, oh.
Yeah,
Love
that's fancy.
So, Sparky, you got
Yeah.
anything interesting to talk about?
It's story time.
Well, funny you mentioned that, Dave. I was scouring the interwebs, and a funny little news story came across my way.
Well, tell us, please.
All right, so this one takes place in the great state of Florida.
Oh, nothing interesting ever happens there.
It's no, we're all beholden to Florida. So the story is a Florida man chugs 2 beers in under 30 seconds at Epcot, removes shirt, and almost falls from Skyliner platform during skirmish with police.
So it's that guy again.
Yeah,
He gets around.
Yeah.
The
And you know
Florida man.
what? If you could just cram all the Florida into one sentence, you got
That's
it right
kinda
there.
it right
It's all
there.
All right. So this happened back in November 16th. An intoxicated Florida man chugged 2 beers in less than 30 seconds at the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival because nothing says classy like chugging 2 beers
At Epcot.
at Epcot.
Yeah.
It would not take long for the rest of his visit to Disney World to unravel. Was there meth involved? Let's find out.
Whoa.
Chase Holderby. Wow, we've actually got the name. That's
Wow.
kind of like
Holderby.
he seems like he should be wearing an ascot at Epcot with the name Holderby.
Well,
but
if it was Chase Holderby the third.
A William Faulkner character.
William, go Faulkner yourself. Chase Holderby sounded friendly at first as he offered handshakes and high fives. Man, he was really growing out to everyone in line at one of the stands in Epcot at September 10th, according to a newly released Orange County Sheriff's report. The 30-year-old Merritt Island man had already caught the attention of authorities because he appeared to be intoxicated. He was stumbling, being excessively loud, swearing, and instantly unsteady on his feet, the sheriff's report said. Then deputies watched Holderby chug 2 beers in less than 30 seconds at the American Adventure Pavilion. And let's be frank, folks, that was an American Adventure.
I mean,
By then, visitors were already
was-
complaining
oh.
about his behavior. A Disney food and beverage manager photographed Holderby and alerted all the food and beverage locations not to serve Holderby.
I mean, if you're
any
going to
alcohol.
pound, if you're
You
going to
have been
pound 2
flagged by
beers,
Disney.
yeah, if you're going to pound 2 beers in 30 seconds, you might as well do it in front of the cops, I
Right?
mean, let's be honest.
And flip off with both hands. The others in Holderby's group knew Holderby was getting himself into trouble. They tried to get him to drink water and then head towards the park exit, but Holderby didn't get very far. He got into an argument with his group at the Japan Pavilion. The sheriff's report said deputies warned him to stop making disturbances. When he got to the Morocco Pavilion, Holderby was confronted by a Disney security manager who ordered him to leave the theme park. Holderby placed his finger on the Disney's on the Disney employee's chest. Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
And started causing a scene, swearing and yelling that he hadn't done anything wrong, the sheriff's report said. Holderby reached the International Gateway. He took off his shirt and kept asking what he had been done. Oh, the entitlement. It's like a fine aged wine.
Oh,
Holderby continued to yell and ask what he did wrong all the way up to the ramp to the Skyliner. Once in the line queue, he continued to act belligerent and caused the crowd of people in line to become alarmed, the sheriff's report said. While attempting to get him into the physical gondola car, he would initially get in and was dangerously close to falling into the area beneath where the attraction operates. As the disturbance continued, the staff stopped the entire transportation system for Holderby safely, inconveniencing and delaying other riders. All Holderby had to do was ride the gondola one stop to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, where his family was staying. But he never made it. Holderby initially entered the individual gondola of the Skyliner, but then began to push his way out to hurl insults at members of the security, the sheriff's report said. Holderby was arrested for trespassing and disorderly conduct and taken to jail. Orange County Circuit courts showed that he took a plea deal earlier this month. He pleaded no contest to the charges and paid a $273 fine. He was credited for already serving 1 day in jail and didn't get additional jail time. Holderby's attorney did not comment for this story.
Nice.
So,
I mean, I feel like it should be an international incident, but it's just in Florida.
Right.
No, but you had enough pavilions.
Yes,
It was
right,
totally
right. Like, this is totally an international
Yeah.
incident.
a microcosm of international.
Does that count as global terrorism?
It does. Absolutely does.
here's my takeaway. I can go to Epcot, get hammered and crazy and take off my shirt, and it's only going to cost me a day in jail and $273.
Yeah.
That sounds like a deal.
That's bringing the savings back to you.
I have to say, when you read that story, it reminded me of a lot of my childhood vacations.
That's because you vacationed right.
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. Wow.
Just another day in the Magic Kingdom, man.
Could you imagine? Like, I mean, if that is a daily thing, God.
It's got to be, though. It's
Think about
gotta be.
how
If
many
you bring
people-
alcohol into stupid, I
Yeah. And
Alcohol
there's-
into Florida.
mean...
Well,
that's
in
true.
general, yeah, you're right.
And you
You're
got
the
right.
same thing.
You know, you got
It's
jerks
insane.
from every country in the world coming there, you know, all at once. And we got plenty of jerks here already in the U.S.
You don't want to try that at the German pavilion because there will be order and you will be escorted immediately off the premises. I mean, you can try to get that to fly in Morocco.
These shuttles run on time. Do not stop the shuttles.
Yeah, you go to Disney Beijing and you try that stuff. You know what?
Yeah.
They'll
You'll be
never
disappeared.
They'll never hear from
You'll
you
be making
again.
sweatshirts for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
You learn how to
You're
make an
right.
iPhone.
Yeah, fast. Dang, that's messed up. Banned in China.
Ah, jeez.
Wait, were we ever not banned in China?
Well,
Well, we had a chance. There
I
was
think we had a moment of freedom, but
gone.
yeah,
It's gone now.
Wow.
Good run.
Well, thank you for that.
Just want you guys to be informed of what's going on next time you guys go to the Disney
Appreciate it.
parks.
Yeah.
I think the
Well,
lesson is just stay out of Florida.
Yeah. It's not wrong.
It's a good idea.
I've been cutting back myself, so
All right, moving on. Let's get back to some beer here, right? Okay. The next one that we are going to talk about is Stands to Reason.
A little different from the last beer.
Their smoked lager.
A Rausch beer.
Yes.
well, and a Dunkel Rausch beer.
Yeah. And 5.1% ABV again. The 5.1 times 3.
The nose alone on this, I was hooked, and the flavor does not disappoint.
Does
This is-
anybody not like?
Follows.
Is like anybody here like really against smoked beers?
I
or-
love them. Love them.
No, I wish I made you guys some smoked Chex Mix, which if we need to save a little bit of this, then try. I think
I think we got a single
Oh,
can,
yeah.
right?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there's a Facebook group just for smoked beer. fans.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, all 6 people that are on it really are passionate about
It is a very passionate group, that is for sure.
Small but
high
passionate.
passion bubble.
Bunch of guys named Smokey. Yeah.
No, I think there's very low like a mentholated, flavor. I think that's a tasting note that I often get in Rausch beers that turns me off. Not getting any of this.
Or that phenol.
Yes.
No, this
like
is
with that weird kind of
Super light.
Yeah, no, and like the beechwood malt that is traditionally used is definitely very guilty of giving off a good phenol note. But I presume, given what we know about this brewery, what little we know,
I don't think they did that.
they're using the German. I think they're using the beechwood malt. It's just they've got it dialed in just perfectly.
Yeah.
We've all had smoked beers that taste like you took a stick out of a campfire and gnawed on it for a while.
Yeah.
And it's
Or like the inside of a smoker.
Yes.
But this is so subtle. The smoke is there, and it reminds us of the history of all beers were smoked beers
Yes.
a few hundred years ago.
Yeah.
Before we had modern kilning technology, they would dry the grains and over
Yeah.
smoke.
So you were getting smoke, whether
Yes.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
There's that German beer that has that really long name and I can't ever say it. but-
Lichtenheiner?
No, I can say
Schlinkerla?
Lichtenheiner.
Is it the one with the old man?
Yeah, the old guy on it, and then it's like got a 30-letter name.
Was that Winter Warmer? At the
Well,
ML
anyways.
Rose thing.
The first time I
Don't
had
remember.
it was so overly smoked. It was like kind of what you were talking about, Sparky. Like there's a lot of the off flavors on it that really turned me off of smoked beers for a long time.
Well, it's
Yeah, the thing I love about this beer is in the nose is there's some chocolate with the smoke, and it just complements each other so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is.
I think there needs to be enough
Very good.
other parts to the beer beyond the smoke to kind of balance out the smoke too.
Yeah, and it's hard to find good ones because most people don't make them because, let's be honest, they don't sell.
Yeah, they
Most
don't
people
sell.
aren't going to go, give me the smokiest beer you got.
It's us beer nerds that like this kind of
Hardcore
stuff.
beer nerds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Frygeist.
is it?
Frygeist
Maybe, yeah.
with the old man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mayor
yeah.
McCheese and the Fry Guys. Yeah. I'll never forget those
Wow.
guys.
And
Yeah.
Grimace.
Good beer.
Grimace.
Yeah.
It made me grimace.
Hamburger.
Yeah, when I drank
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many. I would love to pair this with so many foods
Yes.
and the smoke checks. Mix,
This is definitely
which
a good
please save some for.
a beer you want to drink while you're working the grill, like grilling up food, grilling up meats.
Because you're covered in smoke anyway.
Right,
this
right.
would go so well with a nice burger with a little char on it.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about this is, how like some of them get so smoky that you almost can taste the carbon,
Right,
on your
right.
tongue. This is not that. And
All creosote all the time.
but it has this like little hint of like almost dark chocolate at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a
doesn't end.
sweetness. Oh my gosh. Who does this? This is great.
Suarez family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to the Hudson Valley?
Yeah.
They're there.
Apparently, in a old tractor garage, you can find the.
I'm told.
So, a lot of your Rausch beers are definitely more on the paler side. This is definitely on the dark side. And I think this really.
I think that's
was
part of
a-
the secret.
Yeah.
To this. Yeah.
Yes.
And even right down to the carbonation. Man. Sorry, I'm just like jazzed about this carbonation in this beer. It's so
This
weird.
girl loves her carbonation, man. Yeah. She's a carbonation freak.
Okay, so we are going to rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
going?
four.
I was gonna-
If I could say 4.5, I would.
Well, I'd go.
5.
You know me, I go either way.
All right,
so.
5.
I could
Five
bump up.
it is.
You can
Five.
twist my
We're
arm.
going 5.
Let's keep the streak going.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is.
Especially like if you rate it as a Rausch beer, it's 100% it's a 5.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, okay, so in thinking about Rausch beers, are there any that what is the reference standard for that?
I can't pronounce it. Is it Schlinklera?
Something like that.
Schlinklera?
Yeah.
And they make
Maybe that's
they
the one
make
I
a
was thinking
Helles, they make a Doppel. So they've got a couple stylish varieties, but they're all beautiful smoky beers. The problem is the bottles you find in America are usually so old they're not that great anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've fallen
Yeah.
off exponentially.
And that might be what happened when because I think that's what what I was thinking of. And excuse me. Ooh,
Let it out, Dave.
better out than in,
it's
right?
not healthy to leave it
Yeah,
inside.
Wow, some
But yeah,
good
I think
burps.
that really hurts us with some of the international beers that come in because A, you don't, it takes a while to get here, but then B, especially if it's a style that a lot of people don't buy, you don't know how long something's been sitting on the shelf.
Yeah.
Well, and I can tell you too that they're not treated the right way getting over here a lot of times because some of the importers just don't give a rat's ass. So they come in an, unrefrigerated, container.
And that's sad because when you can have a beer as great as this, coming over like from the mother country, so to speak, God, we're missing out. But
The motherland.
yes, this is the motherland. Okay. Well, moving on, let's go to a dark lager.
Yes.
This one is called Bone Shirt. This one is only 4.9% ABV, so we're dropping that a little. Traditional take on the German style black lager. It's crisp and smooth. It has roasty character in favor of a clean hop and delicate malt flavor. Inspired by the black lagers that they've imbibed in Germany. Good for them.
A Schwarzbier?
Schwarzbier.
Let the Schwarzbier jokes begin.
That's right.
Es ist wichtig.
May the Schwartz be with you.
It is beautiful. They got a straight going here.
Yes.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is a lot of times lower gravity beers sometimes are lacking in flavor if they're not executed properly.
Right.
That has not been the case with any of these. They're just
Well,
bursting at the seams.
and we're coming off of a beer that just had a bunch of flavor too.
And you still can get good things
Yeah.
out of this beer.
And I feel like this is a style that's starting to get some love. I did a little traveling over Thanksgiving and hit Sam Adams in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And they had stuff there you can't buy in the grocery store. They had a nice black lager. There were a couple other breweries we hit in Cincy that all had black lagers on.
Yeah.
Then we ended up the last day of the weekend in Memphis, went to Soul and Spirits, and they had a killer black lager on. So I feel like it's starting to get some traction.
Yeah,
People
Schwartz
are
beers, and
understanding
then
it's
those
delicious.
those
it's a good time of year for it too.
those
yeah.
dark Czech lagers. I've had 2 or 3 of those this year, and it's a good stuff.
Yeah, Shiner usually did their Bohemian Black Lager, I think, this time of year. So
I haven't seen that one this year.
I haven't seen it either. Yeah, but I'll be on the lookout for it because, it's always been tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a good job with them.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful style, especially in the fall.
Yeah.
When everybody's drinking, thinking about stouts and porters, throw in these black lagers on your list. You're going to enjoy them.
black lager and a Schwartz and a Rausch beer.
And
You
it's
got
so
something
interesting
going.
because I just took a bite of a Ritz cracker to kind of cleanse my palate, and this just like cut right through the butter like that. It was just
it's
nice.
like butter.
Yeah. I'm just sad that we don't have more of this. In the
Tell your mom that
Yeah.
she's going to get a package from New York, and she needs to forward it directly down here.
if
Full
only that
of
could happen.
holiday ornaments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back with more in just a minute. Welcome back, everyone. So today we are waxing poetic as we do a brewery takeover of Suarez Family Brewery in Hudson, New York.
And we want to know more about the Suarez's. But
The
yeah,
plural
I would-
is soiree, actually.
Soiree? Ah, bueno. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did, because like we don't have any of the mixed fermentation stuff, but I have to imagine it's just as good.
Yeah, I've had that's funny because the Suarez I've had up to now have all been the mixed firm stuff.
Oh,
And
you've
it's
had it
good.
before. Okay,
Yeah,
is it? Yeah.
really good stuff?
Yeah.
But all the while, you're missing out on the good stuff.
I know, man.
Yeah. The
Well, a lot of
non-mixed
times, people are kind of known for mixed fermentation stuff. Turns out they can make really good clean beers too.
Yep.
Like our buddy Stick Rod, here in town. So
Well, on the interwebs, thank God for Punch Magazine online. I love them so much. There is a little article here about the Suarez Family Brewery. At the Suarez Family Brewery, you will not find the kind of beers that owner and founder Dan Suarez refers to as the gimmick beers. And thank God for that.
no milkshake IPA.
No milkshake, no. And by that he means the kind of adjunct-laden or excessively hot brews that in his view have defined the current beer zeitgeist for far too long. Yes. No stranger to the way the beverage has been increasingly fetishized. He formerly worked at Hill Farmstead.
Ah,
ding,
so
ding, ding.
I was right about that.
He founded the company a few years ago with the mission of bringing beer drinkers back to earth. And can I just say, he is now my
Thank you,
patron
sir.
saint.
Thank you so much.
I am firmly planted on terra firma.
Yeah. So
Planet
today,
Suarez.
yeah, really. I mean, we need to.
It's their planet. We're just living in it.
It's-
That's right.
and that's okay. I think we can all deal with
We're
it.
not worthy.
Right? So today the brewery focuses on just 3 different style categories. The crisp, unfiltered lagers in the German molds, such as the Palatine Pils and some others. Mixed culture fermented ales, otherwise known as country beers, that are aged in former wine barrels. And then what Suarez refers to as crispy little beers, which are the pale ales, which I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I know. And just an interesting little side note, well, what he wanted to be when he grew up, he wanted to be a children's book author.
Well, I'm
There's
glad
still
he
time.
got rid of that crap.
Yes.
Stupid thing.
So, yay to that. Little backstory here on the Suarez family. Kind of neat.
If he can write kids' books as good as he can brew beer, man, I mean,
Okay.
Like there's hope
Get
for the
on it.
kids.
That's
Yeah,
right.
right?
You
Right.
can make kids' books about brewing beer.
That's true.
They need to know the process.
That's right.
Or, kids' books that come with a free 6-pack or something along those lines.
Well, that would be for the parents who have to
Yeah,
read the book
that's
to
right.
the
Yes,
kids.
yes.
Oh, that's all I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
story
totally.
time will go much better with this 6-pack.
Yeah.
Story time, children's story time 6-pack pairings.
That's true.
Ooh, that's got a nice ring to it.
Would
got
it be
a good
wrong
idea.
to market non-alcoholic beer to kids?
Only if they don't drink it.
That's fair. I agree.
Well, it's
That was a whole episode of Beavis and Butthead. Was that they got fit chased on non-alcoholic beer, and I think the end conclusion
It was
was
a-
the cop called them a bunch of dumb
Yeah, yeah.
holes.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Placebo effect.
well, before all this, we were talking about the Bone Shirt, the dark lager, which was
That's a weird name, by the way.
Bone Shirt.
Bones shirt.
I'm all right with it.
I mean, I'm all right with them. Just saying it's weird.
You got questions?
Well, it probably was released for Halloween, right? The bone shirts like they wore in Karate Kid. The
Yeah.
Probably is.
yeah.
I thought it was maybe, you actually made a shirt out of bones.
I mean, you do you.
Hey, I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying, it'd be kind of cool.
Back to the beer. Back
sorry.
to the beer. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
So, I wonder if the base on this is similar to the Rausch. I mean, minus the fact of the smokiness.
Well, it's definitely a darker beer.
Right. Right.
So,
It's a good question. I mean, they definitely had some similarities
Right.
in some of those little chocolatey notes we picked up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it might be a similar style.
Maybe. I'm
I mean,
all about
wait-
the base.
Well,
but
right.
no trouble. No trouble.
Of course.
hey.
Here all day, folks. Here all day.
You be all right there, Sparky?
And we're doomed.
We
but-
broke Sparky.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm here for it. If they use the same grains, I mean, minus, the
The
smoky
smoked.
ones, right.
Rausch malt.
It's great. And
It's well done.
it is. And it goes with so many different types of food. I think that this could also be a pale ale in a way. You know what I mean? Like it's just a darker pale ale, but again, going
So
with
that's
everything.
not
Very
very
crispy.
pale.
No, it's not. But what I mean for dark people that like dark beers, that roastiness, this is like a good gateway to anything, is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a very
Sorry.
light drinking.
My
dark
thought
beer.
is
Yes.
Not
yes.
super
Yes.
heavy.
No, but
And
so much
many
flavor.
people see a dark beer and I think it's going to be thick and heavy.
Right.
It's like motor
not.
oil.
Yeah. No, this
Yeah.
is
No.
really it's refreshing
Yes. And which is hard to say for
or a dark beer.
Okay. We are going to rate this a
Wait, which beer are we rating?
The bone shirt.
The shirt made out of
I thought we
bones.
already did. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
I was there, but yeah, I'll be there. I don't care. What?
We're gonna rate it a 4.
Okay. Guys, you need to make bone shirts a little better. Okay, you almost made a 5, but it's only a 4, so it's only awesome, not life changing.
Okay. Now let's go talk about Mrs. Frank. Ms. Frank. Sorry.
That's
Ms. Frank.
Ms. Frank. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Frank the kellerbier. And again, we're dropping the ABV now to 4.7%.
Based on beers from Franconia.
Exactly.
That's not even a real place.
Oh, it's real, baby.
Okay. Thoughts?
Well, frankly, I think it's amazing. If I could be frank about it.
Wow. I'm just saying wow. And yes, it is. It is a region of Germany. It's kind of like in the middle.
Sort of south middle.
Lower middle. Yeah.
The lower middle.
And then
kind of
there's-
around the belly button.
Yeah. Kind of like the
Belly button in Germany.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about the belly button in Germany.
Yeah.
It's a,
Is that Berlin?
it's a German naval port.
Oh, that's more.
I see what you did there.
Oh.
Shame on you, sir.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Banned in
This is
Franconia.
maltier than anything we've had. Reminds
Yes.
me more of a Helles, where it's a little bit darker, breadier
Yes.
substance to it, and a lot less bitterness, but still very clean. It looks like it's being a Keller beer, probably not been filtered.
Which is fine. Absolutely fine.
Gives it a little
Filtration's overrated.
That's true. That's very true.
but it's a very tasty beer.
yes.
And I love beers in this style.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice break from the stuff we've been drinking because it's
Yep.
a little sweeter.
Well, sometimes you don't want bitter, and
Right.
but you need a little, but the maltiness of this is really what stands out.
Yeah. Just another easy beer. I mean,
Yeah.
no wonder
I feel-
the Germans are so happy all the time.
I feel like you could pair this with some
Wait,
desserts.
what?
No, that's not even.
Wow,
a
sorry,
thing.
what? Is that real?
Well, they're happy in a stoic way.
In a stoic way, yeah.
Germans
Like-
are known for being so
Yeah.
lighthearted.
Yeah,
and,
they got
yeah.
really excited. That is
Yeah.
acceptable.
See?
I am
Yeah.
overjoyed right now.
Yes.
Now is the time on Sprockets when we dance.
Touch my monkey. Touch
I'm
my monkey.
smiling on the inside.
I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl.
One of the all-time great SNL skits for
gosh,
sure.
yes.
Pet my monkey.
But it's
No, really, pet.
it's so good.
Yes, it's very delicious.
Yeah.
And I
it's-
love that there's more American breweries doing like Keller beer and Keller pills and those kinds of things. It's really nice to see, actually us having that style of beer.
Yeah.
Can't all be kettle sours and
Pastry stouts.
Juice bombs.
seltzer.
Well, and another thing, about this flight is there's been hops throughout each one of these and and roasty and just an easy flavors, if that makes any sense. It's nothing is getting drowned out by anything else. Everything is balanced. Everything is very well done. I mean, to me, it's almost as if like Chef Brock started brewing, you know what I mean? And like for as interesting as his food is,
She loves her some Chef Brock, let me tell you.
I'm sorry, I do. I think he's like,
She's just, oh, Chef Sean Brock, you're the best.
You have a lock of his hair, don't you?
But even though you said, we had some that are more hop forward, this one still has a beautiful hop character. And,
Yeah.
and you don't really notice it till the aftertaste kind of fades. And then you've got that little bit of traditional, that German, a little bit of floral, earthy, little spicy thing going on in the mouth.
What would you guys pair this beer with?
I
We
was-
should have talked about that with the other beers.
Desserts for me, I think, was like depending on the dessert, like something with like caramel. I think would probably go well with this. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts.
Would thinking something sweet, but I'm thinking maybe something a little more savory. But
I was thinking like perhaps something like a nice Parmesan souffle. I think would be like a really nice like umami savory cheese souffle.
to kind of like the
I was-
sweetness kind of cut it.
thinking
Yeah.
maybe
okay.
even like a little charcuterie plate with a little German sausage on there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of that,
Yeah.
Cheese and
Little bit of that
sausage, and this
mustard.
would kind of cut the fattiness of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. But a beautiful beer for this being sweet. Yeah. I mean, and we're saying sweet, but it's really
not
not
sweet.
that
It's just
sweet.
compared
not in
to
the slightest.
No, it's
Yeah.
just compared
It's
to
not
everything
as hop
else.
forward
Right.
as the others. Yeah.
But still, just very eloquent, and very well done.
It's amazing.
good.
Like,
It's a very good
I
beer.
love seeing a small business brewery doing exactly what they want to do and excelling at it. I think that's amazing, you know. And obviously, they're not a household name, but they probably should be.
Well, that's what we're doing here, right?
Well, but do they want to be though? Like,
I want people to flood Hudson, New York, starting tomorrow, and
Bring the pain.
and make them up their production by 3,000%, so that they'll come to Tennessee.
oh,
Or I just want them to start shipping beer to my house.
okay.
Which one is
Whichever.
this one?
Then that's that.
It's
yeah.
a secret.
Yeah, that's
We got to
secret.
rate the other one before
Yeah.
we can talk about the
Oh,
bad
whoops,
one.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So Miss Frank, we are going to rate a 4.
And that just shows you how hard it is to be a 5, because
Yes.
these beers are, the last couple are really, really good.
So good. Okay, so good old Boy Sparky, this is the bonus beer.
Okay, bonus beer.
beer.
Thank you. Yes.
Let's get
And-
that soundtrack or sound clip too. Yeah.
Yeah. This is called the Quality Pils. This is another Pilsner, 5% ABV. It's hop accented German Pilsner.
I don't hate this beer.
I don't either. When they say hop accented, do you think they're doing some dry hopping in this?
That's what I'm guessing.
I feel like there is a little.
If so,
More
it's very
hop in
subtle.
them.
Because it reminds me more of an Italian Pils than a German Pils.
I get that.
That's where I was going with this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Italian Pils without calling it an Italian Pils. Yeah, no, this is another excellent execution.
Well, that's kind of a hallmark of
definitely
an
quality.
Italian Pils, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a little more of the aroma hop, right? Like
Yep.
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah.
A little more hop softness on this. You don't get the bitterness like on the German Pils. You get a lot more of the aromas out of it. It's still super crisp and clean.
Yeah.
Maybe even crisper. Really crushable.
So a lot of late addition hop just to pull that aroma out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's qualify. It's not quality.
Oh, well, I don't know. I can't spell or
So this
read.
Pils qualifies as a Pils.
Does it
It
qualify as a great Pils though? Or at least a very good one.
I'm rather enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it because it's not as spicy as most pilsners are, and I'm getting like an almost slight honey sweetness at the very end of
Okay,
it.
yeah.
You know, like bready honey kind of thing, and it's very pleasant. I mean, yeah, it's very pleasant.
That's a good word to describe this beer. It's pleasant. It's just like a nice.
That's how people describe me.
Of course they do.
Yeah, and you're right. And with that little bit of honey finish with the floral notes I'm getting from the hops, it's
Yeah.
like a little honeysuckle.
And that's what we call Sparky, little honeysuckle.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So what would you guys eat with this beer?
More of this beer.
There you go.
That's fair.
I'd serve this beer with a side of this beer.
Yep. This is a whole afternoon of just drinking this beer.
Yep. This is a multiple pint kind of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like large format. Above 16 ounces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Das
know.
Boot.
Yeah.
Is it wrong of me to say like Neapolitan pizza with this?
No,
No.
because that's what I was thinking.
No,
It's
that's
pizza.
great.
It's
Yeah.
a good pizza beer.
Yeah.
DOP all day long.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I want pizza.
I know.
Well,
Well, it's coming.
we can make that happen.
It's coming. It's coming.
All right. What do you guys
All right, what
want?
are we guys going to rate this? I'm in 5 territory.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's 5.
Holy cow! What a flight of beers.
Yeah.
We're gonna rate.
This is a good time.
Yes, we're gonna-
Qualify
The
pills.
qualify pills, F5. Wow. This is like an amazing flight.
Yeah.
And no lactose was harmed.
Nobody got hurt either.
Yeah.
No. This
No
is
pallets were bruised.
no. And and everyone has a smile on their face.
It's true.
This is,
And empty glasses.
I'm glad you made this finally happen. What took you so long?
Yeah, come on,
Yeah,
Julianna.
gosh, man.
Seriously, you've been holding out on us.
Nothing was over like
The entire
5.1%.
all of Manhattan
Right.
has moved to the Hudson Valley, so they're probably going to ruin this.
Yeah,
We'll never
right.
get this again.
Wonderful
my fault.
beers.
My fault. All right. Well, that's going to do it for another Suds segment. Good old boy Kendall, thank you so much for being here.
It was a pleasure as always. Wonderful beers. Really enjoyed them.
Please tell me about your blog.
My beautiful wife and I blog about the good news of good beer at beermakes3.com.
Good old boy Smarky, you sweet little honeysuckle. Thanks for being here.
Oh, shucks, you guys.
Good old boy Sean, thanks for being here.
Thanks for letting me belch here.
Good old boy Dave.
Bye.
This is good old gal Juliana. Keep on chugging.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're listening to us online, do yourself a favor and tap
Tap it in.
the subscribe button.
Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
The easiest way to listen to our show is to ask Siri, Alexa, Google, Uncle Larry, or whoever it is that talks to you on your phone, play podcast Sip Suds and Smokes. We love your feedback, and you can reach us at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our tasting notes flow out on Twitter and Instagram with our handle @SipSudsAndSmokes, and our Facebook page is always buzzing with lots of news. You'll also be able to interact with the thousands,
Millions and millions.
of other fans on those social media platforms. Do us a favor. Take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Come back, join us for another episode, and keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip Suds and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.